And
Teal.
You know what it is, man. You're locked in the Third and Teal where they keep it real. And if you don't know, you're going to learn today. Third and Teal, baby, and I'm out. Let's go.
Welcome in, Third and Teal. It is officially draft season. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. We just got to get that out of the way. Trevor Lawrence out for the season. He's getting his surgery. I think people are misconstruing why he's really out for the season. I don't think the concussion is it. I think he probably would have been back next week after this game, but he's going to actually get the surgery, which is good. Maybe the concussion knocked something right in his head, and he decided, hey, it's a lost season. Let me go get the surgery. Terrible joke, but honestly, I'm glad that he is deciding to get the surgery. That's what he should have done from the beginning. Yeah. How you boys doing? What's going on, Trevor?
Man, I'm in pain, dude. I don't want to watch Mac Jones for the rest of the season. But also, I don't want to see Trevor's career get destroyed for the rest of the season either.
I don't think it is.
No. If he would have come back out, it would have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think his career, he would have taken some type of damage that's irreversible if we just kept forcing him onto the field, I feel like. Because, honestly, no matter what way you put it, we're down two of our starting receivers the entire year. So only one guy can make real separation other than the tight end. Forces Trevor out of the pocket. If there even is a pocket, and half the time there's not. There's just so many things for Trevor to – there's so many downsides, dude. There's no upside to him coming back anymore. At first, I was saying, like he could build the rapport with – he keep building with Brian Thomas, but BT's just going to do what BT do, man. He going to have to because you got dirty-ass players out there trying to kill him. So he's got to take the time off, get healthy so he can weather that storm when it comes.
Eric, I like the lights, man. I see you.
Hey. I guess.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going, man. I guess Trevor little thing right there got me a little choked up. But no, man, we doing good. We doing good. Yeah, man, some mood lighting, just to chill.
Hey,
I think that's where I am with this team right now. I'm just chilling. I'm not getting too high. I'm not getting too low. I'm just chill.
I feel you.
Yeah, hey, we got anybody in the comments? In a second? Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
That's all right. That's all right. I don't blame them. I'm being honest here.
Hey. Yeah, well, you basically know the real fans by now because everybody else done ran away.
Well, gentlemen, to go ahead and tell you guys.
So, there's worm in the house.
Oh, yeah, worm here. So I don't think it will affect my schedule too much with the podcast, but while it's just us for the most part, my brother Tucker and Worm and stuff, I was accepted to the police academy yesterday.
Cool, dude. Congratulations.
So I've got some things to wrap up. Like I got a couple things to wrap up. Like my paperwork's not official yet, but if you have a conversation with the director of the program for 35 minutes and he tells you you're more than welcome to come here.
You there?
You're there.
Yeah.
So that being said, yeah, I'm gonna be. Thanks, Worm. I appreciate it. Anyway, it's a full-time thing. I'm gonna have to actually leave my job. I was gonna try to do it at nighttime.
No, the academy is.
Yeah, well, they have night classes. The problem is they don't have enough bodies to facilitate the night class this term. So it's either I can wait and hope that they have enough next time, or I can go ahead and do it now. And to hell with all that waiting, I'm doing it now. So by January 22nd, I should start. But either way,
right.
The deal of that, the part in saying that is like I said, I don't presume it'll affect my scheduling for recording and the podcast and stuff. I don't think it should interfere with anything like that, but just in case, just so everybody knows.
All right.
Hey, good job, man.
Got to do it. Yeah, you got to do what's best for you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but the thing for me though is this has become one of my my staple priorities. Podcast has. I'm very proud of what we built this year, despite the team's lack of success. I'm very proud of what we built, what we've accomplished, the community that we already have, the people that we've already linked in with, and the rapport we have with already established names and other faces in this area. So this podcast is a huge priority to me. I make it priority one whenever it's time to be done. So
hell yeah, man. We appreciate you for that for sure. And as we built it together. It's all three of us. I mean, yeah, we got that initial help off the ground, and it's been us since day one doing it. So
absolutely,
super excited going forward. Shout out Curtis. Yeah,
he
gave us the platform, and we ran with it, man. So
absolutely, shout out Kurt for real.
That's something you got to do, and sometimes you got to be more successful than the OG, but that's all right.
What are OGs good for other than making successful children?
Hey. For real though, super shout out to the community. It's been really awesome being able to kind of come up with you guys, and we got Duval TV who jumped in, and we got DJ coming on yesterday. We've had Jags United, we've had Jordan. We had a lot of people on, man. We've met some good folks, and T Roy with the shout out, telling us how it is.
Teal Rising.
Yep, Teal Rising, dude. It's been great. We still, I really want to get him on, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a day off sometime soon and try and do one earlier. But yeah, man, we're gonna make it work. We've been doing great things, and yeah, I'm really, really appreciative of you guys.
I got a couple things to talk about today, though.
Oh, okay.
All right. So number one, me and Duval TV were having a conversation earlier, and I know he feels the same way I do. And number one, Eric Armstead is now public enemy number one of the team.
Okay.
Eric Armstead got to go. You got to take your ass on. Now, Mr. Producer Man, there is a clip of Eric Armstead allegedly unprompted explaining his reasoning for liking Aziz Al-Shair's post. Now, most people would say, oh, he just liked a post. It's not a big deal. No, it is a huge deal. He liked the specific post that was defending the actions that tried to murder his quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is your quarterback now. Okay? He's our quarterback. This is our team. You're new here, buddy. All right, you're still new. And I don't know if anyone needs to remind him this or not, but he ain't done shit to be liked here anyway. You ain't done shit here. Okay, and then you know what's even more of a slap in the face? We nominated the motherfucker for our Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Oh, okay. I work quick if y'all didn't know.
This year, being nominated, it still brings emotion for me. Very humbled and honored to receive that recognition, and also too to represent an organization and represent a group of men who do a lot as well too, and we all believe in giving back to our community. So to kind of be a representative for my team, my organization, and all of us, I don't take that lightly. It's a huge honor, and I'm really appreciative for that. And it just validates the work that we're trying to do with the Arms Academic Project. And there's a lot more work to be done. And I think my role in this and my voice is to encourage people, be an inspiration, to give back in their own way. Whether I believe in education is the key to a lot, but there's a lot of other causes and things that need support. And if someone is not going to do it, who will, and that responsibility falls on us. So I feel that my voice in this and being a representative for that is to encourage people to give back in their own way. And being a part of the award for 5 years now, and the last 4 years being able to meet a whole group of other players who are doing amazing work. Meet the Payton family, be part of those experiences, and it's truly inspiring and honoring and humbling. So I'm appreciative for it, and there's a lot more work to be done, and it's not the end. It's just like, all right, cool, we're on to something, and we got to keep going, keep pushing. Being here in Jacksonville has been amazing. My family loves it here, and getting to understand and learn more about this community and what this community needs has been great. And I was really excited about coming here and having an opportunity to meet a whole new host of people that I can try to have impact on and be a positive light on. And there's a lot of need here, and we've already been doing some work here, but I'm excited to continue to do more and more and have a bigger footprint here. And if
Isaiah just died, everyone. So yeah, no, Duval, you're making some good points down there, man. So it's not just I was about to say Isaiah died.
It just happened. It just took me out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Duval, you're absolutely right. He knew he ain't have nothing in the tank. He's a sack of shit, and he was mispronouncing. He didn't know Tank Bigsby's name 4 games into the season, bro. Bro came here for a check, just like Duval said, and knew damn well his tank was empty. I think that's the best way to describe Eric Armstead at this point, because he ain't played like he got nothing left in the tank anyway.
I thought they don't even
Yeah, they didn't include that part. Yeah, we got to find that clip specifically.
What was said?
Yeah, what was
I've got the quote here. So you never want to see that happen to a teammate of yours. Also, too, sorry, gotta get the freaking blinder off over here. Aziz is a great friend of mine. We were locker mates for 4 years, right next to each other. We have a great relationship as well, too. And it was a weird situation for me, for sure, seeing my teammate get injured, but also a friend of mine getting in a situation like that. He was definitely in the wrong. Arm said he feels support for the teammate Trevor Lawrence, to still support his friend and former teammate, given the ridicule and ostracization. People are being racist towards him and hateful. He's a good dude, and I talked to him and told him what he did was wrong. He made a mistake, but that's what happens when you're sometimes in a football game. You wanted to address that first. I just wanted to address that first before I spoke on both of them. I spoke with Trevor too. If he saw the like or whatever that people were talking about, and me and him spoke about it, and me and him are good and well too, he completely understands it, and it was good to have a conversation with him on it too and see how he was doing.
Fuck you. That's such a bullshit politic ass answer if I've ever heard. Man, fuck that. Can we bring up the clip of Jarian Jones? Because that's a real fucking teammate.
I'm trying to see how you if I expect anything different.
I don't. No, it's not that I expect anything different. I don't expect his opinions to be different. But what I am shocked by is the boldness to just outright just. I mean, look, most people, like, if you're not really in the football world, you're not going to see this as, like, super disrespectful. You're just going to be like, oh, I can understand that. He's trying to stay on both sides. That's his friend, and that's his current teammate. But if you're really in the sports world, that's a straight slap in the fucking face to everybody on his team that went to bat for Trevor, for every fan that went to bat for Trevor. Because the post was not just a post saying, I don't think I was wrong. It was, if you want me to be, like, I'm sure Isaiah can bring it up at a certain point, and you guys will see why this post should not have been liked by any member of the Jaguars facility or its fan base.
Nobody actually got to see the punch. We've watched video, we watched replays. Nobody's actually seen a punch thrown. We saw maybe looked like you pulled the official. Were you in there throwing haymakers?
I was doing a little something in there.
Was it disappointing that you got, of all of that you got called out? Like,
nah, I wouldn't be as naive to say that, you know what I'm saying? I really didn't do nothing. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It was like, bro, you know, it's kind of, you know, it is what it is.
Oh.
Regret.
Try again.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, that's my brother. You know, I kind of regret. One of the biggest things I regret about it is getting ejected, you know, from the game, not to be there, for my teammates and stuff like that. But as far as the whole thing went, that's my brother. I do the same thing for all 70 guys or however that make up, Jack's organization. So, it's kind of one of those things where, it's kind of, but nah. Yeah.
What was when you did get back to the locker room? What was the reaction from the guys when they got to talk to you afterwards?
My brothers kind of had my back, they kind of told me they respected everything, how it went and what I did, but grand scheme of things, you can't get ejected from the game. That's just something you can't do. And I'm probably gonna have a hefty fine coming for that, but
D'Amico Ryans, he felt like you guys overreacted. Is that how you think any team would have reacted to their quarterback in the head like that?
This part.
I don't even talk about that guy.
I think your 3-game suspension for Shair, was that appropriate? You think should have been longer? I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts? If you have any?
For you guys, in terms of
Smart
the
guy.
melee, yes, I think that might have been the headliner coming out of this game. In a weird way, as much as you lose the game, did that bring this locker room closer?
Shit, no, I want to win. I mean, I'm not really more victories or shit like that. I mean, you can kind of say it brought us together, but shit, they want to win, So I mean, if we can not fight and win, I'm gonna take that 10 times out of 10.
How much does the whole Sunday still bother you? Just from the hit to the melee to the loss.
I mean, the hit is one thing, the melee is one thing, but I was kind of brought here to win. I want to win. I think that's the biggest thing that's kind of dawning on me. I want to win.
It's been a challenging few days. I mean, dealing with something you probably haven't had to deal with before, the ejection, whatever the final letter is about to come, the noise.
No, that stuff like that don't really bother me. Ejection. I mean, obviously, you want to play, you want to finish the game. That's one of those things. But like I said again, I would do it again for any of the 70 other guys that make up this organization. I just can't get ejected in that moment.
So essentially, in business terms, he said, I'm on that type of time. Don't do that shit. I will do that again.
No matter
Next
who it
time,
is.
no matter who it is, I would do it for any of my teammates. Any of them.
That is what he said.
That is how you're supposed to be. Like, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. If I'm on a football field and I've got 70 guys that are my teammates currently, and I get traded the next season or I go free agent somewhere else, that guy can still be my brother off the field from the other team. He can be my brother off the field, but anything to do inside that field, these are my brothers now. Like, I do not care. If you attack them, you're attacking me. That's everybody. That's any play, any given day. It does not matter. What's up, Cyclops?
That's true.
Yeah, I know
That is
Texas
true.
fans really did think of Texans that Aziz was
And
going
you-
to win his appeal. It was crazy.
You know
too,
it's
wasn't
bad too. Whenever the Players Association saw his appeal first and they denied it, that's how you know it fucking was real, because the Players Association denied it. And they normally will do everything they can to try and help a player back into the game. Dude's a piece of shit. Bottom line.
Can you bring up his sorry ass post, if you don't mind, sir? Because I think that is crucial to show some of the fans or some of the guys like watching that aren't big into the world that maybe wouldn't understand why this post shouldn't even had a like from a Jaguars member. Like, you got to think the hit that he put on Trevor is the most egregious, dirtiest hit I think I've seen since Perfect in Cincinnati. I'm being serious. I don't think I've seen anything that dirty.
Okay.
And I love how he was so apologetic. He was so, I'm sincerely sorry. I never meant it. And then his appeal gets rejected. And then here comes this post. Yeah, like,
Did he? Oh no, there it is.
yeah, he loses the appeal, and then here comes the real colors. Here comes Aziz Al-Shair. And it said, if you want me to be your villain, I'll be your villain. See you soon.
It's funny though too, because he chose the Joker that ain't do shit.
Literally the most weak ass Joker ever. But look at all these comments. Look at these sorry motherfuckers, bro.
Yep.
Look at all those people.
Trash.
Disgusting.
All right, that's all. That's too little for me to even bother trying to see.
Don't worry about it,
Trash.
man. You don't need to see this ass.
Trash.
You'll see me trying to make it.
Trash.
I'm not really trying to pay no attention.
Exactly, Duval, and that's what I was just saying. Is like, at first he was real sorry. He's super sincere. I'm so sorry. He loses that appeal, and here comes the real shit.
Nah, bro, he was never like that. Somebody else wrote that shit. It was not him.
No, we know, but I'm saying, no, we know that. I'm just saying.
He at least tried to act like it.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you.
Is that even still on his page? I'm sure it's taken down now.
I think he posted it on Twitter. I don't think he posted it on his Instagram.
Oh, true. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not for the racism against him. I'm not for the the Islamophobic comments. I mean, I don't. You white, black, brown, blue. It don't matter to me. I don't give a damn, and I don't give a damn who you praise or who you follow. That's your business. I don't care. But anybody that would stand and say that he's a piece of shit human being, I stand with that guy. Because this guy is a piece of shit human being. That was the dirtiest hit, man. It's disgusting. It really is. And you got to think, man, like I said, it was such a dirty hit that it impacted Trevor's career path at this point. Like, it really has. It's really affected his career path because he was wanting to play out the rest of the season. Now he's like, fuck it. I'm just going to get the surgery now. Fuck it. I might as well. I'm just going to shut it down. Like, that is altering a career path. That's a big moment. That caused a big time alteration in what he was going to do. But it's not just that, man. All the people that keep coming to his defense. We broke it down last week, so we don't got to spend too much. Our last episode, we don't got to spend too much time on the hit itself. But just the more stuff that comes out about it. I will say, I was very shocked that Doug Peterson said what he said in response to D'Amico Ryan's sorry ass comments. I honestly, Doug never says no shit like that. You know what I mean? Doug is very well media trained.
Thank you.
Doug follows the media training. Doug does media training to a T, which is why one thing I will say, like, I never try to take what Doug says in a press conference to heart, whether it's good for me or whether I even think it sounds terrible. You can't necessarily take it to heart because he's media trained. He's saying what he knows you want to hear, or maybe not even what you want to hear, but he's saying what he knows he needs to say. That being said, I was very surprised that he even spoke out against what D'Amico said, that he didn't really understand it because, quite frankly, he knew that it would have been the same way the other way. And I would have loved to have seen a coach with some fire up there that would have said something more along the lines of, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. What do you mean they overreacted? You tried to kill their quarterback. Like,
yeah,
you're making millions. I'll take the fine for saying shit. Like, I mean, shit. The rookie just took like 5 fines right there. Jarian said shit like 5 times. Okay, like Jarian getting fined. And he's taking a fine for the ejection. Something, though, that I didn't expect to see, Logan Cook's now on the IR. Or not the IR, but he's on the injury report.
Injury report,
yeah. Ross Mastic.
Mm-hmm. They're not going to say it, but I know where that came from. We all know where that came from.
No.
Them extracurricular ass activities that them dudes don't be doing all the
time. Yeah, exactly. Like, okay. Because it did kind of come out of nowhere. You know what, though?
We definitely said he's a coward. I know why it sounds like I don't think that. Sorry. Go ahead, bro. You good?
No.
You're good.
You're good.
Because I know why it seems like it. I know why it seems like we seem like we're not big on Doug being a coward. This last episode, we went through all that. Like, I was one of the first ones to tear into Doug's ass. Yeah. I cannot stand Doug Peterson, and I damn sure can't stand him now. I think my comments on the last episode were, if Doug didn't need to get out of Jacksonville, he damn sure got to go now. Because he should, bro. I don't like the way, bro, just stood there with his hands on his hips and just like the whole time, just, I can't believe this. Like, bitch, hell no, you got me fucked up. I'm charging the field with the guys. I'm about to get ejected too.
That was the thought going through his brain right there, like, damn, if I wasn't getting fired before, I'm definitely getting fired now. That's why he's standing there looking at Trevor. Like,
to be honest with you, man, the only things that could save his job at this point are those out of left field shits. Like, show that you're really bonded with the team. Show that you really are for the guys. Maybe you are for the guys and you just ain't got it figured out. I know that's not the case. I know it's not. But what I'm saying is, doing what you're doing already clearly ain't going to save your job. You might as well just say, fuck it, bro. Just.
I guess you got a point there, dude.
Yeah, I mean, go defend your guy. Go defend our guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Anybody else catch Urban Meyer's comments, though?
No, what Urban had to say.
You didn't see it?
Mr. Producer
No.
Man. Put up
Mr. Producer Man doing his job.
Please
I
pull
didn't
up
hear what
Urban
he had to
Meyer.
say. Oh,
Shit, bro.
Lord.
Eric, listen, hold on. Before I show you this.
He's got hit by the bright light.
Yeah, I know. But before I show you this, just know you're going to agree with everything this man is about to say.
You are.
What? Okay.
Yeah, you're going to agree with everything.
Every single thing this man says, you are going to agree. Which, hold on, I do want to address this real quick. There is a chance that the University of North Carolina could save us from ourselves.
Yeah.
They interviewed Belichick
And
today.
hire Bill Belichick. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna play this now. But just know, Eric, I don't like this guy either. But you're gonna like everything he says.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Shad, you invested a lot into this franchise, and now it's time to make the right decision to get a return. The kid you've got down there is a gunslinger. Build it around him. Don't go for the old guard. Go for the young and fresh. Hire Ben, not Bill. Get him a manager like Ray or Ian, and bring in experienced vets like Tony or Fred to offer sound advice and help shape the culture. If you don't take my word for it, listen to our supporters. Heck, even Pete or McAfee and the secretary with a mullet would agree. All right, Mr. Shad, all the best.
Yeah, I agree with everything he said. That's what I've been saying from the beginning. I can't. Yeah.
And you know what's crazy, though? I got to say this. I find myself, like, it's hard for me to watch anything that Urban Meyer says now after the season in Duval.
Right.
But it really cannot be overlooked that he's not a bad coach. He's just not an NFL coach. And I think that's one thing that has to be acknowledged. Dude is a dominant college coach. This is not something that can be debated. This is not something that can be questioned. He is a good coach. I think a couple things happened to him in the NFL. You can't bring all of your college staff with you.
No.
Okay. So you're working with coordinators that run everything different than what you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And number two, at a college program, head coach is in control of everything. Your hands on everything. He's got to relinquish a lot of that in the NFL. And then he just got caught in the lights. I think that's honestly what happened to him. It's absolutely his fault. It was an atrocious experiment, and he should have never risked his legacy by doing it. Honestly, he really shouldn't have. He should have stayed his ass in retirement is what he should have done. But you know what? Hey,
he had to see. He had to see.
I got to say, that was the biggest risk for him, was that people were going to begin to overlook his actual greatness for the one spot in his career that was disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Other than faking the heart problem to go to Ohio State. That was also disgusting. But hey, you know, some people do what they got to do, but that does not take away from the greatness he did display on the football field over many seasons, different teams, different staffs.
And you can't take away from him that he is a good talent evaluator also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. The reason he took the Jacksonville job, Trevor Lawrence.
Yep. You know,
he knew we were going to get Trevor and ETN, and you know, we've all been told that he had a large say in picking ETN right after in the first round. Like, he was a big part of that. He wanted ETN, and it was a great call. It really was. Anybody that wants to say right now that we shouldn't pay ETN again, whatever, you can debate that with your mom. That's fine, but that has nothing to do with the fact that ETN was a good pick for us.
Very good pick.
Absolutely. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. Travis is on his fifth-year option right now, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, he goes fifth-year option next year.
Next year, yeah.
And we did accept his fifth-year option.
Right.
So I think it's fucking perfect that Trevor's going out now. Trevor can be 100% healthy for the season, surgery and all. Like, by the time minicamp comes, because that's what I was worried about. I was worried that Trevor was going to hold off till the offseason to have the surgery, and by the time training camp rolled around, he'd be just now working out the soreness and stuff. And, like, I don't want that. Fuck that. Fuck all that. You need to do it now to where you're working the soreness out halfway through the offseason and you're already throwing again in your own time. That's the type of shit. That's what we need. And I'm going to be real with you, man. I know Trevor is mad about what just happened this past weekend. I know he's pissed.
Of course he is.
Well, see, here's the thing, because he's a competitor, but I don't think it's just a competitor fire in him this time. You know he's pissed because he's clapping back on Twitter. Like, that really cannot be overstated. Like, the fact that he actually took the time to respond this time. Because that's not him. Not him. He don't do that. And I think a lot of people that said, I don't think Trevor has that dog in him. I don't think Trevor has this. Trevor has that. I don't know, man. I don't know, because I know for a fact Doug Peterson wants Trevor Lawrence to play. Doug Peterson wants Trevor Lawrence to play just in any kind of hope they could pull some crazy shit off and maybe save a chance at his job. Doug Peterson wants Trevor Lawrence to play. With Mac Jones in, it all but certainly guarantees Doug Peterson's firing. But that being said, what did he say on X? Oh, Trevor. Okay, so Trevor on X. So somebody commented a picture of Israel Adesanya's celebration when he knocked out Alex Pereira. And Trevor commented and said, I bet you're a great example for your son. God bless you, bro. Now, he is a Christian man, so he's not going to come out and say, get fucked. But, like, I mean, hey. Listen, Duval, you're a father. You know exactly what it means for somebody to challenge your fatherhood, like the idea of you being a bad father. That's that salt right in an open cut type shit. Like that shit hurts. And Trevor went immediately there.
Those fighting words.
And that was literally the same night, like the night later after the game he did it. And that's what I found crazy, because even when Trevor has said something, he usually don't say nothing till the press conference. Trevor was on Twitter that night. like I am not taking this shit. Y'all got me fucked up. Like, ain't no way. Y'all not coming on me like this. And I'm happy you did. But that being said, I think Trevor's actually showing the fact of fuck the everybody first mentality. I'm about to do what's right for me, because you know Doug wants him to play. And I think that's more what we need. That shows he's through all of it, he has developed that leadership backbone. Through all of his 4 years, he's developed that leadership backbone. You can see it more and more every year. And I think we're really seeing it now. Because last year, we know they pushed him back on the field. We know that. I mean, fuck, we're 8-2. He goes down. You know he's not ready to come back. Competitor side, he wants to play, but you know they pushed his ass back. Because at that point, we're still a contender. We need you to get back out there. We want to make the push. You know, we need you to get back out there. We need you to get back out there. Fuck that. But you know what I will say? Props to Trevor. Trevor is still a team player, though, because he did not decide to do the surgery until after the Broncos won and officially eliminated us from contention. Once we were officially eliminated from contention, that's when he decided surgery. I'm doing it. Let's go.
Well, then.
It definitely sucks, though. But another thing, though, Duval, you weren't here last week, though, but be interested to see what you think. With them extending Walker Little, obviously, I'm pretty sure that all but guarantees we're getting Travis Hunter. Be my guess.
Oh. He was quick, man.
He was
already typing.
No, I think we'll take Travis Hunter as a DB, and he will get occasional looks at wide receiver.
Yeah.
It's going to be a gadget guy, kind of like Dion was, where they primarily plays DB, and then it's like special packages. He might get some reps there.
Yeah. Honestly, let's just be real. You can't play both ways in the NFL. You can't. It's not feasible. You're not going to do it. And here's why. Okay. College, you're not getting smacked by some of the fastest 285-pounders in the world. You're not getting your shit run by those guys. Yeah. It's gonna take one hit from Fred Warner, and that motherfucker will not want to play two ways anymore.
No. I mean, he only weighed what, $175, $185 at the most. Yeah, so that's not two-way weight right there at all.
That's right, Worm. He did
No.
have hope in his team. That's
No,
right.
it just didn't. No.
He can't play both ways. It's not
No.
gonna happen.
There it is. Had to
Good
be
push.
one. Had
Yep.
to be one.
Good push. But no, I
Yeah.
don't think he can. I think at best you'll see him take kick returns and punt returns like Dion. He's
Now
gonna
that's
take.
yeah. I
He's
can
gonna
see that.
He's gonna do the returns. He's gonna play DB. But I will say though, do not be surprised if you see an injury to a Brian Thomas Jr., God forbid, or anybody else that we may take. Do not be surprised if they flip that motherfucker to receiver.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised because the thing is, man, it cannot be it can't be downplayed his ability at receiver. It's good, but you could tell he works more to be good at receiver. He's natural at DB.
You know, I understand what you're saying. Now, I'm just throwing this out there. We have to remember we are expecting a new regime a new coaching staff. Who this coaching staff is, you just don't know. Now, if it's the same one that we have, he may not get that many chances at goddamn cornerback. For some reason, we don't play our top picks like that.
Yeah,
we
I don't know. He'll be taking second team reps to Monteric fucking Brown.
To Darby.
Yeah,
I mean, really.
Darby
So,
too.
yeah.
I think I will say though, we're definitely getting a regime change. Now, how extensive a regime change, I don't know. I fear the worst. We're stuck with Balky. I'm telling you, we are stuck with Balky. We're definitely stuck with. No, we are. And I'm gonna tell you why. If we're not, and I'm gonna pray that I'm wrong. I want to be wrong so bad. I want to go ahead and say that now. But we're stuck with them because GMs that are on their way out the door are not allowed to sign 4-year multi-million-dollar deals.
Well,
yeah, they are.
Hey, we can always bring Greg back. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they let the last one
sign people and trade people and
then Shad Khan said
Shad Khan isn't going to Shad Khan isn't going to tell them to not do their job until they're gone.
Yeah, Caldwell did the same thing before.
Caldwell signed people and traded people, and no, Shad Khan's not going to tell them, hey, you can't do your job anymore until they're gone. That's what it is. I think we can expect a full regime change. I don't know that we will. I think we can expect one though, but I don't think that the signing of Walker Little to a 3-year, $8 million a season contract is anything to really be upset about or concerned about with Balky still staying or not. Just me personally.
I don't know. I feel like I agree with I remember that Caldwell did the same thing, but I remember they asked Shad about that specifically. Is if you knew he was going to be gone, why is he still making future decisions for the team? And he said that he agreed that it was a mistake. So you would hope if you would agree that was a mistake the first time, you're not going to do it again. Now, that doesn't mean he won't because he's known for just taking hands off the wheel and just walking the fuck away and coming back 6 months later to see how it's doing.
If we draft Travis Hunter, unless we sign a big free agent wide receiver or draft one in the second round, he's playing wide receiver. I know I'm going to be in the minority on this, but I think he's a better receiver than he is a corner. I mean, his grades prove that, and he's the only reason Shedeur Sanders even looks relatively competent at quarterback. I think he's playing receiver in the NFL. I don't think he's playing corner. He's got bad tendencies at corner.
He does have bad tendencies. I'll say that for sure.
But you know what? The bad tendencies for people like him are because most of it just comes natural. You understand what I'm saying? So he takes more risk because it's
I will say this. Yeah, I will say this. We don't have a guy. We haven't had a guy since Jalen Ramsey that just always seems to be in the right place. Now, some of his bad tendencies that absolutely can be coached out are he tries to make too much of a spectacular play.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to do too much to secure the ball. But that being said, he's always in the right fucking spot, it seems. I don't get to watch every game, so I'm not going to say he absolutely is. But the games I've watched on the defensive side of the ball, he's always in the right spot. And the biggest knock on him at DB is that he's not top 5 in the stats. They don't fucking throw it at him.
That's usually what happens.
No, yeah, I'm being so serious. You don't want to be you don't necessarily want to be top 5 in stats because look at Trayvon Diggs. Bro was number 1 in picks, but that was because they kept testing the shit out of him because they knew eventually his motherfucking ass was gonna fold. And look at him now. Look at him now. He's Swiss cheese. You could throw that ball right through him.
Well, they already knew. You know, he was another one that likes to gamble, jump route. So, you know, just set him up long enough.
Cyclops is absolutely right. Will Johnson is a better DB. I think the reason we take Travis is just the fact that the guy does have the big playability on both sides of the ball. It doesn't matter what side of the ball. He does have that ability. He honestly, if I'm watching any player right now, because here's the thing, I love Ashton Genty to death, and I do believe that he's very deserving of the Heisman Trophy, but I also do believe that a lot of his success comes from lack of competent competition. Because he is running through a lot of nobodies for a good bit of these weeks. But that's the same thing for Travis Hunter. This is not an argument for the Heisman because Travis Hunter got a bunch of his stats against fucking nobody too.
Well,
what I'm really saying though is for translation to NFL, I think Travis Hunter absolutely is the only one that I could say clear cuts appears to be that X Factor style player. Like absolutely could come to the NFL and start day one and could make an impact. No, he could start day one and make an impact. There ain't no way.
No.
Ain't no way.
Unless the only way he can come to the NFL and start day one and make an impact, they would have to put him in an extensive weight gaining progress. Because you put him out there against them bigger wide receivers, they're gonna punish his ass.
Look at Devontae Smith. I mean, you could put him at receiver.
But he's a receiver.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I said both sides of the ball. He could come in and start. I didn't say where he could start at. He could come to the NFL and start.
You done one of those. Okay.
But here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. I do think, though, at DB, I do still think he could start at DB. He has played some big body receivers this year. Now, do I think he's going to come in and be the number 1 corner in the league day one? Absolutely not. No, I do not. And do I think that he would have more success day one at receiver? Absolutely. I absolutely do. I do think that he would have way more success at receiver day one. Yeah, he is. What
the heck are you doing?
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what I gotta say though?
What?
I saw a trade proposal where we traded back with Oakland. I don't know why we would do that, or I don't know why Oakland would do that. More like because they know we're not. They know we're not going to
second. They gave us a second, the 60th, and the 90th, right?
Yeah, it was something like that. Which, like, I'm not going to say that I would be pissed off about the trade down to 2. I'm not going to be mad about it. But I don't see why, from an Oakland standpoint, they would even fucking bother because they don't want
someone else to trade with us that wants him.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, I don't feel like we're going to trade anywhere that's not the top 2 or 3. We might trade with New York also because we know where New York's going to go too.
I mean,
depending on what the price is, what they're offering.
Yeah,
what they gonna give me, what I'm getting.
Who's drafted? What I'm getting? Because I'm fine with missing out on Travis Hunter. If I get a first round pick back, I get a second round pick, a third round pick, maybe next year.
Oh, absolutely,
something crazy. But
I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see Ashton Genty or Kelvin Banks. I'm not gonna be mad about either.
We're not drafting Genty though.
I know we're not, but I would love to see it anyway.
I think if anything, if we trade back, we're probably taking the Tyroa McMillan or Egbuka or even Mason Graham. But I don't really want to take Mason Graham because I think our defensive line is already good enough in terms of like once they actually start letting Jordan Jefferson and Mason Smith take over a little bit because Mason Smith is a dog, dude.
He is.
Y'all see that play last game where he took the guard and ran him all the way over like 10 yards and made the tackle on the running back?
Yeah.
That dude's a beast.
He is, and he will be really good.
I wouldn't mind if we traded back to like 8 to 10 and took Eman Wari out of South Carolina. That dude's a freak.
He is a freak.
Now, Do I think we're doing that? Probably not. I don't think you take a safety in the first round. Will Johnson would be a solid pick. I don't know, man. I just the thing about Travis Hunter is a wild card because yes, we see him play really good against mid competition,
and that's the concern. Yeah,
and he's small. He's not necessarily small, but he's small depending on where you want him to play. For 185 at 6'1", he doesn't look like he's built to take on any sort of number one wide receiver who is similar size. Like, you got to think about it. You got guys like BTJ nowadays that are 6'3", 210 pounds that can outrun you.
And
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I don't know that I necessarily think personally that he's the move. I would not be upset to get Travis Hunter on this football team, but
I get what you're saying though.
I don't know that he's the guy I'm taking. I think I'm trading back, getting a couple more picks. We have a lot of picks in this draft, and we could very easily trade up into this third or fourth or second round, get a couple extra picks. With some of our day 2 and day 3 picks we have, because we have the most draft capital by any team in the NFL this season.
Yeah. If we traded back, I would hope that we at least get Kelvin.
My thing is, we're not drafting Kelvin Banks. I'm sorry.
I know.
They just
because of Walker,
they just re-signed Walker Little. They're not signing Kelvin Banks. I guarantee you. I'd be willing to put money on it right now. Like that Walker Little doesn't allow more than 1 sack for the rest of the season.
That's because we're playing nobody, and that makes sense.
Well, you have to understand.
You say that, but
we're talking, but we're basing all our projections right now on who we have in charge right now. Now, all that may change once this new group coming in. Depends on how extensive it is, as Trevor has mentioned before, and then we see what we're working with. Because they may come in and say, you know what, fine, I know y'all just signed them, but we still need to get some linemen in here. Or, let's go ahead and get Hunter.
Yeah, because they also know that
we'll find something to do.
They know that Little has experience at the guard or the guard.
Right.
And now
they're not playing.
I know. Guard. I hope not. I really fucking hope not. But that would definitely be a Trent Baalke fucking thing to do. You can't tell me that would not be a Trent Baalke thing to do. Now, I'm not saying that I want him there. I don't fucking want him there. He definitely plays way better at the tackle.
Yes.
By the way, though, no, I'm not basing my prediction on current regime. I'm just basing it on what I would do. This is what I would do, and I think
the Gene T conversation doesn't even make sense for me. Because we've got Travis Etienne for another year, and we've got Tank Bigsby, who will be in his 3rd year, who showed us this year that he can be the bell cow back. Like, I don't think we have way too much invested at that position right now to try and get a Gene T, unless we plan on moving one of the 2 of them in the next season, which I don't think is going to happen. I think they're good enough for us to have a 1-2 combo, but I think that we need to beef up the interior a little bit. Of course,
I only mentioned Genty out of desire, not because I would do it literally. It wouldn't be smart to do it, but I can't say that if for some reason they just decided to say fuck it, and you know what I mean. Like, I can't say that I would hate to have Ashton Genty because he is a monster. That doesn't mean that I would do it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do it. And if I'm picking first round, honestly, I think unless someone did offer me just the fucking house for that first pick. I don't think I'm moving from it. I think that Travis Hunter is a wild card, but like I said,
flags.
The best part about the wild card with Travis Hunter is that even if he doesn't work as good as you want him to at DB, he could work at receiver, and same vice versa. Like you can find a way that guy is going to be successful in the NFL. I may not be able to sit right here in front of you and guarantee which one of those ways it'll be.
Right.
But one of the ways he's going to be successful. And he's going to be really good. He's going to be really good at least one. And if you're lucky, he'll be good at both.
Yeah.
So, I think if there was ever a guaranteed pick to get production out of, I feel like it's that one. Like, okay. You think you pick all these players all the time that are not two-way, they're one-way, and you're hoping that they can translate to the NFL and be good in that position. Fuck,
Yeah.
you got double the chances with this guy. You got double the chances to hit on that. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I'm gonna transition to if we have a Ben Johnson type regime. If we have a Ben Johnson style regime, it's absolutely gonna be Travis Hunter. That motherfucker has so many exorbitant offensive packages and scheme plays and shit that a Travis Hunter would thrive in. Absolutely thrive in. He would go stupid in a Ben Johnson offense. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't think he's going Travis
Maybe.
Hunter unless he plans on playing him at wide receiver.
Well, that would be what I would imagine. If it's a Ben Johnson style thing, it would be to play him primarily receiver, and then with all of our draft capital, we'll get a corner somewhere. We do, because you did mention we have a shitload of draft capital. We really do. That being said, like, you'll pick up a corner in the draft. There's only one Travis Hunter. There's 15 corners. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the way it looks at. Now, again, do I think that there are more solid answers to a variation of other problems? Like, I think that Will is the better corner from Michigan. He is. But what happens if one of our guys at corner break out next year and I could really use the help at receiver, but I just drafted this corner? Well, Travis can flip over. You know what I mean? Like, you very rarely ever have the ability to just say, I don't really need you as much here like I thought I was going to when I drafted you, but you're really good here also. So let me just.
Yeah, but we still got Cephas on practice squad, right?
Well, again, and that could be an example for the same way, vice versa. Say we draft him thinking receiver, Cephas breaks out, you flip him to DB, and he shows out. It could go either way. Like, I feel like every draft pick is always a gamble. There is no such thing as a certified lock on a draft pick. Anything can happen.
True.
But if you were ever going to get close to guaranteed success production out of a draft pick, it's this guy. He literally doubles your chances of success out of him individually, just because he is versatile enough to play both sides of the ball and at a high level.
Yeah,
and I think that makes it different. I really do. I think it does make a difference.
I mean, I agree. He is a wonderful athlete. I mean, he's doing wonderful things in Colorado, you know, playing in the Big 12. But I'm just not sold on him like that yet. I'm really not.
I'm not going to say that I've ever been sold on him as like he's not going to save your franchise as like people are saying. I don't think that's the case. I don't. But like I said, the reason I would go Travis Hunter is not because I'm buying into the hype. It's the fact of fundamentally, these are things that are facts. These are not opinion. He can play at a high level on both sides of the ball. Is he as good as they all scream he is? Some of them are accurate. Some of them are not. Okay. But again, fact, this is not opinion. Fact, he is high level on both sides. Is he elite? You could debate that. It just depends. Depends on what game you look at. But he is high level on both sides. Say we go Will Johnson. Will Johnson is elite or not? He's not elite. I'd say he's high level. He's high level, but only at corner. Or say you go another wide receiver, Abuga or what is that?
Egbuka. Yeah,
Egbuka. He's high level, but only at receiver. It's a fact that Travis Hunter is high level at both sides. He is high level. You know what I mean? So again, you've got the same risk that you would take with Will Johnson and Egbuka, but you've got literally a 50-50 chance for both sides of the ball and not just one. It's literally less of a gamble is essentially what I'm saying.
I think people are overvaluing his stamina rather than him as just an elite player. Now, I think he is a great player, but when you think about the competition they play, you know, I mean, he plays one or two great teams a year that may have a receiver ranked in the top 20 of receivers in the NCAA. But like we haven't seen him like the playoffs, or they're not going to make the playoffs, but like, if they would have made the playoffs, that might have helped because they may have played a good team.
Right.
But it's like, I can't sit here and say, oh yeah, he's going to be great because he played so well in college when he's playing for the Buffs and they don't really play anybody. Now, do I think he's crazy athletic? Do I think he's got the stamina? Do I think he's a good player? Do I think he could be an elite player in the NFL? Absolutely. But he's going to have to commit to one side of the ball. And when he does that, he's going to lose part of it on the other side. And I don't think he's a guy that you can just mid-season, and he might be able to, but I don't think you can just like mid-season be like, oh man, somebody went down. You're just going to start over here from now on, because then you're losing his presence on the other side of the ball. And I don't think it's the NFL. Like you said earlier, he takes one big hit. He's not going to want to play both sides. He's going to have to commit to one or the other. Or he might be a diva if a team decides he can't play both sides, because he said he wants to do it in the NFL. So I think there's a couple of different things with him between his attitude. I don't think he's a bad kid. That's not what I'm saying at all. I think he's actually like really good kid. Everything you hear about him, he's great. He's not out partying or drinking or doing anything crazy. I just think that. Go ahead, Derek.
No, I was going to say I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
You're about to say.
I was going to say him coming off the Dion tree and saying he wants to play both ways. There is a very real chance that if we as the Jacksonville Jaguars draft him as a team that's potentially going 2-15 this year, and we tell him, no, you can't play both ways, what's stopping him from saying, okay, I don't want to play here then? He'll go to a good team that says he can play both ways. I think there's too much unknown with him. Now, would I love to have him on the team? Again, like I said earlier, I think he's a phenomenal athlete. I think if we commit him to one side of the football, I think he could be really great. I think he could be good at both sides, but I think he could be really elite at one side of the football.
I agree.
But we have to bank on him being okay with coming here and playing one side of the football. We have to really decide which side he's going to play on, depending on the regime. I think about it this way. For me personally, I see Will Johnson, 6'2", 202 pounds, very similar 40 time. He's taller. He's just as athletic as the guy. He might not play both ways, but for me, I think he's more of a sure thing at the corner position rather than hoping that Travis Hunter pans out at one of the two and that he's okay with not playing both sides. But I definitely understand the conversation and the thought that, well, he can be successful either way. That is absolutely a real argument and conversation to be had. I think that it's less about what we think and what the scouts think, and it's more about what Travis Hunter is willing to do if he gets drafted by an organization that maybe isn't as good as he thinks he should go to, because he's going top 5. So he's going to a bad team, or at least a team that had some trouble this year that maybe seems worse than they are. But we don't know if because he said it multiple times. He's been very vocal. He wants to play both ways. So that's just something we're going to have to figure it out. And they're going to do that, of course, in the interviews. And they're going to ask him. They're going to test his football knowledge from both sides. I guarantee you whatever he tests higher on is where he goes and what they do with him. But it's just all going to be up to him at this point. Honestly, the ball is completely in his court for whatever team drafts him, because he will. I mean, if he decides to hold out, Dion, Shadur, his family, everybody's going to fully back him on holding out. There's not going to be anybody in his corner saying, oh man, I don't know, just play, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be, he's 100%. They're all going to back him to hold out. Dion's going to try and pull some strings and get him somewhere else. And if we waste the number 1 overall pick on him and something happens versus we could have traded back and gotten more capital and a different player, I just think there's a lot of risk involved, but I think he'd be a great player if we did draft him. I definitely would not be upset. I just think that there's some real risk reward to be weighed there. It is the risk of it and him and how he decides to handle it worth not trading back, getting more picks, drafting a guy like Egbuka or like Will Johnson, who's bigger, stronger, who is honestly, I'd say Johnson is, equally as athletic. He's also one of those guys. His profile screams elite natural talent at the position, because he has the same thing, gets caught off guard over relying on athleticism, different things like that, where he knows he's the best guy on the field when he's in a college football game, and that can be trained out of him.
He gets too relaxed.
But again, I can see both sides of it. That's just my biggest hang up on the Hunter situation is if we draft him and tell him, hey, you're playing this side of the football, is he going to be okay with that?
I think I got to say, I've watched a lot of his podcast stuff because I've been interested. I wanted to learn about how he carries himself, because I think I knew this was going to be kind of a question mark on him. Not necessarily that we would talk about, but like it's obviously a question mark because Dion has said that he would step in if the situation were bad enough. I mean, he said it flat out. But then at the same time, Dion has since then said that was more of just, he was joking. I'm not going to, like they should just be proud that they're being drafted. Now he's not going to let them go to a bad situation is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that if we maintain Trent Baalke and everything going on here, yeah, it's absolutely a huge risk drafting Hunter, because I do feel like this is the type of situation that Dion would step into. This would be the one that Dion would be like, nah, bro, you're not going to that dude so he can trash your career just like he's done every other guy he's ever gotten.
No, we don't have to worry about that. If Balky's still here, we'll just take insert best combine here, and we'll be good with that.
Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, literally. But I'll say this though, the way Travis Hunter articulates himself, you could tell he's very smart. He's an intelligent guy. He's very intelligent. You can tell. Like the words he uses, the sentences, just the structure and his thoughts, you can tell he is intelligent. He has said that he's not just it's not gonna make or break his career to not do it. But he wants to play both ways. So I'll be honest with you. I do feel like a young regime, such as a Ben Johnson regime, they probably would give him the chance to fuck around and find out. Not in the regular season. He's going to have to fuck around and find out in the preseason. And if he does anything with that, then we'll see where it goes. Because that's just going to test your stamina in an NFL game with these bigger guys. That's really what you want to see. You want to see, do you have the stamina to do this in the big leagues? That being said, I do believe he does. I believe he has the stamina. I don't think it's going to be anything to do with his stamina. It's going to be everything to do with getting popped by a Fred Warner.
It's the wear and tear.
Yeah, the wear and tear is going to be the problem. But that being said, I do feel like a young regime such as a Ben Johnson, they will let him fuck around and find out. They do Ben Johnson throws touchdowns to Penei Sewell. There is nothing that I would put past Ben Johnson. If Ben Johnson thinks it's a good chance to win, I do believe he's absolutely going to give it a shot. I mean, I can't see him saying no. And I think that should be celebrated. That's one of the brightest spots that we want him here for. You know what I mean? That's the main reason that we want this guy, is his visionary gift. The idea that he's not locked into these old ways that no longer work, that he's willing to do anything to win. And that's what makes the Lions right now so damn lethal. They can hit you from anywhere with anyone at any time. So that being said, I don't feel like if we do have a Ben Johnson-led regime, I don't feel like they will come to him and say, you have to play one way or the other. I feel like it'll be more of a, look, we're going to draft you. We want you. We're going to give you the opportunity to show if you can do this both ways or not. But at the same time, we're not going to allow you to tank our chances of success in the chase and hope of the dream of playing both ways. So I believe from what I've seen in Hunter so far and in his press, the things he said, not press conference, but his his podcast and so on and so forth, the way he talks. I believe if it's presented that way, I do believe he's going to play ball. You know what I mean? I know he understands the ball is absolutely in his court. And I think if someone comes at him reasonable enough, I do believe he'll play ball. I don't. And he's set on going to the league. We know that. He's set on going to the league because he literally opted, he's mind tricking people. He's trying to make the opponents for the bowl game believe that he's not going to play. But he's absolutely going to play in that bowl game. He's going to play in that bowl game. But that being said, it would be stupid for him to not go. So I think he also knows that. He's been very honest. He knows that his draft stock isn't going to get any higher. You're already projected first overall pick. It ain't getting no higher, bro.
That is true.
The only thing coming back for another year in college does is put you at risk for everything bad.
Damn it.
So, again, I think those factors make it.
What you got for us, Eric? What you think?
About what?
About Travis Hunter, the first pick. What do you think is what you want to happen? As enticing as Travis Hunter is, I right now I'm just feeling there's bigger needs. Now, where those needs how we going to address those needs, I don't know yet. Because if I ever go ahead and go by this regime right here, we probably trade out of the first spot, more than likely.
because that's what Balky likes to do. He likes to trade down and acquire more picks for later, and then don't play the players either way. Travis Hunter, yes, I mean I've seen him play quite a lot because they show a lot of games out here because he is in the Big 12, and I mean the kid is good. He's good. Now, I'm not gonna take that away from him. He is good, but I'm just thinking, I think we got Seattle on our schedule for next year somewhere. And to put him up against DJ Metcalf is just wouldn't be right. And I understand what you said, Trevor. They're not going to really do it. Hopefully they won't.
I hope not.
Because
I mean, we still got Tyson Campbell. Tyson Campble better be on DK. That's all I got to say. But anyway.
But they get them schemed just right. And I mean, I don't know, man. I'm still out on it, and I'm thinking about the same thing you were, Isaiah. It's the Dion factor that has me worried because of who's going to be the agent for him. What crazy demands are they going to have? Are we going to have to deal? Is this going to be another Caleb Williams type of thing where you want this and you want that, or I want? You understand what I'm saying?
Hold on 1 second though. I gotta say this. Caleb Williams bet on himself, and so far he was not wrong. Caleb Williams is not what's wrong with that fucking Bears team.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No. I know that. What I'm saying is guys that are walking with that kind of confidence, there's a reason that not everybody does that. There's a reason that that's an outlier. There's a reason that those types of things take place. And I'm not going to lie to you. Am I all for jumping on board with taking like this crazy ass risk? No, not really. I'm not. But at the same time, what we've been doing, playing it safe, damn sure ain't working for us. I mean, it is not doing it.
Is it playing? Would it really be playing it safe? Or because what teams have been doing for a while now, before they even draft any draftee, they make sure they can sign them first. They are making sure they can sign these kids first. Because to sign the draft pick, the number one draft pick, number one in the draft, and then he sits out until the second week of the regular season over a contract dispute. You're defeating your purpose already. So and a lot of GMs and coaches do take that into into the drafting of these players. So that's the part that bothers me. And if it was from maybe a regular coach, I say okay, yeah, it's good. But we have the Dion effect here. See that is it, the Dion effect. One
thing I got to say though, so Dion, I think Dion's also smart enough to know that I do not remember ever the last time hearing about a rookie sitting out over a contract dispute in the first week, and this is why. The NFLPA, first of all, you can't do that. You got to wait. There is a threshold. I don't remember the exact amount. There's a threshold.
Yeah, there is.
But the point is, Dion talks game to try to win in the first negotiation. But that's because he's smart enough to know that by the time shit comes down to the third negotiation, shit done got real. You're out of playing. Your poker chips, the cards are on the table. This is your chance. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
They have already picked you. And if you blow this now, you're going to be seen as a non-team player and ain't nobody going to want you. So just as much as it seems like this astronomical risk, you also got to remember, these guys ain't stupid. They know what they're doing. They're pumping up draft stock. That's what they're doing. And it's working. It's worked. The kid's projected number one overall. So, I mean, they were smart enough to do that. So then at the same time, you got to know, they also know that if they don't play ball, they know for a fact they're going to end up on the wrong side of luck. And y'all do know we got to do another show, a preview. We actually got to do a preview show. We ain't got to the preview show yet. I was gonna bring that up in a minute. And I was just gonna say, what is there to? I mean, I don't really know what there is to preview at this point. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go out there with Mac Jones, hope we do something. The season's lost at this point. Is what seems hard to preview. Like, yeah, we could preview the game, but let's be honest. We're all hoping. Or at least if you have any common sense, you're hoping we drop this game. You're hoping we drop every game for the rest of the year. To be honest with you,
You know,
it hurts to say that. It hurts to say that. But I mean, honestly,
I think we split with the Titans. Honestly,
well, even if we do that, that's fine. But honestly though, if we lost out, that's honestly a great scenario because at that point, at least all this losing was for a reason. If we fuck around and start winning now, after we're already fucking eliminated, all we did was move out of the number 1 pick. That's all we did. It can only go downhill from here. Like literally, it cannot go up.
Once again, would that be such a bad thing?
Absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely, because if we're holding the number 1 pick,
depending on who we're trying to pick.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, even if we don't ever intend on picking number 1, we still want to have that pick because then we can at least trade out of it and get a shitload in return for it.
But see, that's another thing.
We already
got
have so much capital.
Yeah, we already got so much.
Yeah, but you can't have too many draft picks. You can't, because especially if we ain't learned that already. Come on now, you cannot have too many draft picks. Look, Keelan Robinson, the motherfucker ain't played all year. He ain't played one time.
I think that's Doug Peterson type and bulky type.
I agree. I agree, but look, I mean, fuck, they're fucking over Mason Smith the whole year. We can't have enough draft picks, especially not high first 3-round draft picks. And that you're getting some of those for that number 1 pick.
See, and I wish when they come in, they're ready to go. They're not recovering from injuries or you know what I'm saying. I want them fresh, ready to play.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. And that's why we can't have too many draft picks. Because we know Bulky if it's Bulky, we know he's throwing away 3 of them bitches on injured players that are coming back from injury, hoping to make a comeback.
Or he gonna trade for an injured one. See, that's why they have to go. That really is.
So we have round 1. We have 1 pick in round 1, 1 pick in round 2, 2 picks in round 3, 2 picks in round 4, pick number 5 or a 5th round pick, 2 6th round picks, and 1 7th round pick.
Yeah, I could definitely do with a couple 2nd or 1st rounders. Because that first overall pick, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You could at least get their 1st rounder and then an additional 2nd rounder. You can get that. It's the 1st overall pick in a draft. Basically, my thing is, if we're going to end up picking number 10 overall, I would rather it be because we traded down instead of just ended up being there at the end of the season. I would rather get something for not picking first than just not be able to pick first anyway. Because like say we start winning, we end up with the 10th pick in the draft. Sure, it's not the worst thing in the world. We're not picking first overall, but we didn't get nothing for it. We didn't get shit for it. If we lose out and we get the 1st pick in the draft, even if we don't want to pick first and we still pick 10th, at least we got a shitload for it. You know what I mean? Like we got paid for that pick and other picks that are going to help us where we wouldn't have them without it. Because we only have, like he said, we only got 1 pick in the 1st round, 1 pick in the 2nd. If we trade down, we guarantee get 2 picks in the 2nd at least. We'll have 2 picks in the 2nd, and we'll get the replacement first from them. So that's 3 picks within the first 2 rounds, whereas you only have 2. We gain a pick there just by moving down those 9 spots. You know what I mean? Like these are all hypotheticals, but at least if we end up with a number 1, we get paid.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Let's see. Let's answer some of this real quick. Duval TV says Titans D-line pretty good. Yeah, it's 2 of them over there that's working pretty good, and that's Simmons and Sweat. Them the 2 the space eaters up there in the middle. They are pretty good though. They are.
That was in response to me saying that Walker Little gives up 1 sack the rest of the year, and Trevor saying that we don't play anybody.
Oh, okay.
So still got to play the Colts. Still got to play the Titans.
Hey, he just did a wonderful. He just did a hell of a job. Yeah, he did a hell of a job with
He did really well.
Will Anderson Jr., yeah. So of course he had help with the tight ends, but it's helping. And usually when the offensive line has played well, it's been with the help of the tight ends blocking. Luke Farrell, man, he be putting it on him.
Luke Farrell is an honorary. He's an honorary tackle, dude. He went one-on-one with Will Anderson Jr. 2 or 3 times last game.
I know.
Won.
Yeah.
Hell, dude, Evan Ingram went one-on-one with Daniil Hunter. Like, multiple times. Like Luke Farrell and Evan Ingram was putting it on him.
I will say Evan Ingram has gotten a lot better as he's been here.
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
Now, if only our offensive line could have the same success.
I swear.
Well, hey, they didn't give up a sack. You got to give it to them. They didn't give up a sack. Not many pressures, actually. Not many pressures.
Long story short, though, prediction for the game, since I mean that is technically the point of the episode. I mean, prediction. My prediction for the game is, we'll fuck around and find a way to win it, just because we shouldn't. Just because we shouldn't.
Okay,
and
you got Ridley on the outside.
Ridley ain't gonna do shit.
You know, well, he's leading them in yards. So
I ain't worried about that. We shut down Justin Jefferson. I am damn sure not worried about no motherfucking
okay. Look, that was that was an illusion, man. We ain't shut down nobody else since Steve.
That's fine, but we shut down Justin Jefferson, and I'm gonna cling to it.
Okay, all right, that's good. Yeah, they got Kelvin and that Westbrook. That's the one we really got to worry about.
Westbrook.
Yeah, he got 8 touchdowns and really only has 4. And then Tyler Boyd, you know, he's that sneaky one.
He is sneaky, but I'm gonna be honest, man. Our DBs, other than Darby, I'm not really too worried about over the past few weeks. Other than the Lions game, we just got destroyed by everybody on the Lions game. But other than the Lions game, the DBs really haven't been bad. It's just been the offense can't do shit without Trevor.
Well,
and they finally did something.
Yeah, they finally did something.
But honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to take that too far because I can't shit talk the Texans like as far as like competency because they do have an okay record, but they really do fucking suck.
Well,
they are
they
trash.
Really weren't sending much pressure. They were sending 4 guys every time.
Yeah, they're fucking trash also. You know what I mean? Like they're just barely skating by teams that a good team would blow out. Like they're trash. And they're gonna I'm almost most assuredly gonna say they're gonna be a first round exit. But that being said, even if they're not a first round exit, they'll be a second round exit. They don't see the title game, I guarantee you that. But
no.
Regardless, it don't even matter because the Lions gonna win the fucking Super Bowl this year. I can tell you that. These motherfuckers are nuts.
Well, if our offensive line can handle the blitzing of Tennessee, then we'll be all right. Because Tennessee, they blitz like a third of their damn defensive plays. So
if Mac Jones,
if
Mac Jones can get the ball out, Brian Thomas Jr. gonna have a field day.
Yeah. Yeah. So. We'll see. They're playing in Tennessee.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel terrible for all the viewers, man. It's hard to. I mean, I can preview the game for you, but it don't even really it don't even matter, to be honest with you. This is just a battle of the trash because the Titans also suck. And whether we want to admit it or not, we weren't doing good before, and we are damn sure trash without him. So. Trevor going out for the season all but guarantees we do not see winning much more this year, if we see it at all.
Well, that is true, but I must say that when Trevor came back last week, he was trying to play a little hero ball and was doing a little bit too much. He was doing too much. It made him kind of look a little bit raggedy. So. But of course, you knew he was going to eventually settle down, but he did force some balls I don't think he normally would.
No, and I think the ones he was forcing too, like he didn't miss them egregiously, other than 2. There was 2 that were pretty ugly. But yeah, he was definitely settling in. I saw that. I think that's why I said I think it's a coincidence that that's the drive that Aziz decided to try to take his fucking top off because that drive is when Trevor started settling in. That was the fucked up part.
Oh, exactly. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that part right there. So it is what it is.
Well,
yeah.
I got anything else for us, gentlemen?
Duval.
Dude, what the hell was that?
That's all.
Bro, Duval. Like
I know, right?
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, guys.
Oh,
Thanks for
man.
everybody who stayed here in the
It's
comments, hanging out with us.
Duval.
Yeah, shout
That's
out to y'all in the
good.
chat. That's right. That's right, Eric.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What y'all
Well,
doing.
we out.